It's our time to shine. Show that's the kind of state of mind you gotta combine with hard work and time. You gotta climb to the top. Don't let yourself drop till your heart stops. Let this beat rock. Got a new clock and a new stock for this new rock. Just let your mind loose from the new stock. Drunk off the goose, thinking that I'm too pop. Getting caught with a few thoughts cause I'm too lost. Off the speakers can't even handle me. Give it what I got, nobody's gonna drain my energy. And I will never stop, I'm motivated by enemies. Setting up shop so everybody remember me. And no, I am not going through life regretfully. I'd rather work non-stop, what they call incessantly, than work some odd job just to live life pleasantly. Already got lost in my mind, not a fantasy. I'm getting there. Forgotten soul, so stop, drop, and roll. You lost all control and pop off your ball. I got squat, I fall. I'm not bought, I'm sold. My stock rocks, it's gold. Hey, knock, knock, she home. It's shit, talk to close. I ain't stopping though. It's hip hop, you know, or is it rock and roll? I'm not dropping down, no, my pocket's grown. You can't stop the show, so get rockin' on. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up, I ain't never giving up. Taking that crown from you. I ain't worried about you, I ain't never. So let me break it all down for you. I ain't never giving up.
We are live with episode 29 of Nemesis. My name is Alexander Shaw. I am joined by the star jammer Jay Scott.
You're goddamn right.
And we are 2 weeks removed from the Nemesis Super Show, and well, here's someone who competed on that same Super Show, Valkyrie, and we get the feeling that she's got some things to say about what happened during her match. Short and sweet there from Valkyrie, but the message has been sent. Nemesis' women's team appears to have Valkyrie, Quinn Edwards, and it seems like they've extended the invitation to Celine Adams. But we'll have to see, as we have not really heard from Celine Adams in CWL since the Super Show.
Absolutely. I mean, that was, without a doubt, a very cataclysmic collision between those two competitors. But up next, we've got another one that proves to be perhaps just as astounding. Callie Kaplan versus Pinball Witch in a tables match. Another grueling step on the path of training for Callie Kaplan, as prescribed by Cassidy Clark.
This definitely should be... It's almost getting to the point where you start to feel really bad for Callie Kaplan. Steel cage matches, handicap matches, now a tables match? When is enough?
The opening match of Nemesis is a tables match. Introducing first, weighing 146 pounds, from Norwich, England, Callie Kaplan.
Callie Kaplan making her way down to the ring here. And, you know, definitely someone looking to prove themselves to their teacher, Cassidy Clark.
I mean, that's going to be very... Oh, pardon me, go ahead.
Please continue.
You please continue. You please continue first.
Okay, well, regardless, it's definitely going to be an interesting matchup as, you know, she's sort of had a mixed... I don't want to say she's had a losing record, because she has, though, on Nemesis. But you also have to keep in mind the matches she's been in. A handicap match against Sheila and Jada King. A steel cage match against Cassidy Clark. These aren't necessarily matches maybe she was expected to win in the first place.
You know, sometimes you need to just endure a significant amount of punishment in order to succeed. But one can't help but wonder if Cassidy Clark perhaps feels threatened by Callie Kaplan and is stacking the deck against her in order to build up kind of a losing resume to make it more difficult for Callie Kaplan to kind of challenge for those top opportunities.
And her opponents, weighing 139 pounds, from Tucson, Arizona, Pinball Rich.
And Pinball Witch making her way down to the ring, someone who's been sort of getting back into the swing of things as of late, and I think looking to continue her good fortune here tonight with a possible win against Callie Kaplan.
Absolutely. I mean, she looks at Callie Kaplan and she sees opportunity. She has been on the rise, especially, in recent weeks. She definitely started off the season pretty rough, I would say. But perhaps a tables match could suit her because as much as I hate to say it, because I do love a good tables match, it is not exactly the best test of wrestling ability. Anyone can really win a tables match if luck is on their side. Although it is a grueling and devastating encounter, Pinball Witch may be able to take advantage of the opportunity provided to her in something as unpredictable as a tables match to score a victory over one of the hottest prospects on all of Nemesis, Callie Kaplan.
And now we see the tables set up outside of the ring. These two getting ready here. And this is going to be quite the interesting contest. We actually just recently saw a tables match at Verdict between Evac and Jasper Star. We know how unpredictable these things can be.
Absolutely. And, the thing that I see when I look at the equipment, the weapons of destruction surrounding the ring is how close all of them are to just having this match be ended in a second. If Pinball Witch finds herself over by those ropes, she is just one back body drop away from being put through that table.
That's very true. And it's got to be said, I've got to wonder if maybe, you mentioned that luck can be a bit of a factor here. Maybe Pinball Witch could get lucky, or maybe Callie Kaplan could get lucky. This could turn from a training thing to maybe a not as favorable lesson.
Yeah, especially if she keeps wrenching on the headlock like this. I mean, her head might be popped out of her neck socket. Is that a... Actually, you know what? I should be more confident about that. Of course the neck has a socket. The neck socket, everyone knows about it.
Everything, obviously. But we saw that standing 450 there from Pinball Witch. Callie Kaplan able to get back to her feet now. And keeping it in the ring thus far. Oh, and the back elbow nearly taking your head off there. But keeping it in the ring thus far, you've got to feel it's only a matter of time before this starts to break down.
And now, just smashing the face right into the canvas. And now following up with that huge elbow drop.
And these two just going back and forth so far. It has been a very even match, to say the least. Callie Kaplan, like I said, despite her maybe not as favorable record, she is one of the better competitors here on Nemesis. But, it's got to be said, I was maybe not expecting her to be this even with Pinball Witch in the early goings.
Absolutely, but I gotta say, if you handed it to someone at this point, it would certainly be Pinball Witch. I mean, I would call it almost a dominating performance on her end. And now just sliding out of the ring in signature strange style.
Yes, and now the first table being introduced into the contest. And just, went to attack Callie Kaplan with it, but Kaplan able to fight back. Wrench free, and attacks Pinball Witch now.
He's looking to send her on a terrifying trip through that table. This has been a show full of unintentional alliteration for me.
And now Callie Kaplan looking to put Pinball Witch on that table, was maybe looking to end this one. But now it's Pinball Witch that has Callie Kaplan in the perfect position. Oh, but Kaplan is able to fight a way off.
Took the words right out of my mouth, as these two are just 1 second away from destruction at any point. I mean, the balance of this match, that crucial win or loss on your record, hangs in the balance at this very moment as that table is just set up in the center of the ring.
These two, neither one wants to lose here tonight. And now these have battled to the outside. And here's the thing, they could use our announce table to win this match. Anything goes in this match. Any table can be broken.
And what a show of dominance that would be to not use one of the provided tables for this match, but one that was already there. I would personally prefer that they did not do that, as that does mean that we have to stand up for a while and wait for the maintenance crew to come reconstruct our table. But if that's what they feel is necessary to kind of get that edge over their opponent, I'll be completely understanding.
Yeah, so now this has worked its way back into the ring. Callie Kaplan with the elbow to the back of Pinball Witch. Gotta lift it up here. Looking for that wing clipper suplex.
Beautiful job there.
And now lifting up the table, maybe looking to reposition it into a maybe more favorable spot. Got it set up in the corner there. And now I think Callie Kaplan looking to put Pinball Witch away.
Oh my god, she's got her hooked up in that powerbomb position. Is she gonna do it? Sends her through the table and scores the victory.
Callie Kaplan picks up a major win here over Pinball Witch. Has she impressed Cassidy Clark though? For her sake, I hope she has.
I don't know how much more of this training Callie can take.
The winner of the match, Callie Kaplan.
As Callie Kaplan picks up a major victory here tonight, you've got to feel that she's got some big things on the horizon. But speaking of big things on the horizon, Alexander and Ken Warlock looking to get some chemistry going between the two of them going into battle lines. And they're going against the former tag team champs, the War Boys.
Absolutely, and the question remains, what is Alexander's association with the Fatal Vices? Is it purely for the sake of battle lines, or is there something much deeper going on here? And will they be able to capture that tag team magic that is necessary to score the victory in this match?
The following match is a tag team match, set for 1 fall. Introducing first, weighing 245 pounds, from New York City, General Nemesis, Alexander, the Sith of Greed, Ken Warlock, the Fatal Vices.
And as Alexander stands in the ring, I think you and I noticed the little armband he's got on. I think that makes it official.
Absolutely, I was going back through my social media feed, and Alexander, of course, did officially join the Fatal Vices, but my question was less literal as to whether or not he's a member, and more, is his heart really in it? Does he have what it takes to thrive amongst the kind of cutthroat members of the Fatal Vices? We've seen what they can kind of do to each other. I mean, we witnessed for months Jake Eagle mistreat Matthew Ramirez, and it was only my courteous friendship that was able to kind of help him out a little bit. And that's what happened. That's a fact.
Well, revisionist history aside, it will be very interesting to see, how Alexander meshes with the other Vices, as they are very much so, they aren't really ones. Typically when you see groups like this, it's all people, flocks of birds of a feather flock together. But I don't think any two members of the Fatal Vices are really similar. You know, Ken Warlock is definitely not similar to, let's say, Raymondo or Olivia Bodum. So it's very interesting to see how Alexander is going to fit into that dynamic.
Absolutely. They're all very quirky, you could say.
Yeah, that's definitely a way to put it. Maybe not the word I would use, but definitely a word you could use.
Look at this man. He's dressed in black and gold, and he's got that fox mask. I mean, that screams quirkiness to me. I mean, maybe it's something a little bit more extreme than quirkiness, now that I think about it.
Yeah. But regardless, the sin of greed is now here, and Ken Warlock will be on the Battle Lines team. But could it be Alexander's own greed that ends up costing him?
And their opponents at a combined weight of 424 pounds, Crom, Haas, the War Boys.
The former tag team champions make their way down to the ring now. And I've got to say, the War Boys looking to maybe get... I mean, hey, who knows if the War Boys beat Alexander and Ken Warlock, maybe that will earn them a spot on the Battle Lines team.
Who knows? The team could certainly use someone like with the mind of Haas and the size of Crom. It would be extremely impressive to see them make their addition to the Battle Lines team. And you know, I have a lot of respect for the War Boys. They're the only team that has managed to defeat me in legitimate tag team competition.
As now Alexander and Crom get things started off here. Alexander definitely giving up a small size advantage to Crom.
You call that a small size advantage?
Okay, a bit of a big size advantage, as that lariat helps demonstrate.
Who's revising history now, my friend? But the point is, I mean, these two, I gotta say, Alexander's definitely the bigger man compared to Ken Warlock, but his size does not compare to Crom. He is gonna have to take advantage of both his speed and his strength if he wants to get the edge over one half of the War Boys.
As now Alexander going into the ground and pound here. And Alexander, I've got to say, it's definitely an interesting prospect, the idea of him joining the Fatal Vices. I mean, it wasn't too long ago that he was going up against the likes of the Disciples of Evil. And now it seems he has joined a group very similar to the Disciples. You've got to wonder that, you know, what's necessarily changed in Alexander between now and then. Obviously, his attitude has, but you know, it's definitely interesting to see where he was a year ago compared to now.
Now, the switch has been made. Haas is in the ring as opposed to Crom. And I definitely agree with your assessment. I wonder how he'll mesh with the super group. I wonder if he'll mesh with them well enough to get the edge over the War Boys, though. I gotta say, I'm kind of doubting it considering how competent they are as a tag team and considering this is the first venture between Alexander and Ken Warlock as a duo. At least in tag team competition.
Very possible. So now, Alexander drags him over to the appropriate corner, makes the tag to Ken Warlock, and now we're starting to see maybe some of the tag team work between these two. This is going to be very interesting to see how these two work together.
And starting it off pretty effectively with that tag team move, Alexander pinning Haas into the corner while Warlock hits him with that kick to the gut.
And now dragging Haas into the center of the ring. Just stomping on the arm of Haas here. Warlock dissecting his opponents.
Now perhaps looking for the tag. Just as Ken Warlock goes for that discus knee, manages to make the tag to Crom, getting out of the way just in time. Ken Warlock has got to be thinking he would have much rather connected with that knee and prevented the tag from happening, as he gets the absolute crap beaten out of him by the big man of the War Boys.
And now, from keeping Warlock in his corner, but Warlock trying his best to try and work his way out of it. Trying to get the tag to Alexander, but it is not to be.
And then just looking to pop him in the bottom of the jaw there. But Ken Warlock turns it around and hits that back suplex on the big man.
And that drags him into the corner, tags in Alexander. And General Nemesis is in the ring.
The ring and hits that monkey.
To the cross.
Arm drag monkey foot combination there. Cut to the face, kick to the gut, but Crom falls with a kick of his own.
And now Crom pulls him back. Huge belly to back suplex.
Alexander right back to his feet and nails the Hurricane Rana.
Alexander using that quickness advantage he has over Crom. But Crom using the power, and now Alexander actually able to power to his feet. And these two just going back and forth right now, but Crom making the tag to Warboy Haas. Oh no, never mind, I spoke too soon.
Not able to get it done there. Alexander perhaps calculatedly knocks over the referee with that Irish whip on Crom. And you got to be thinking that Alexander feels a little bit underdressed. This is the only one without a bit of face paint going into this match.
That's true, and that's pretty true. But Ken Warlock now, I think, looking to put away. Warboy Crom dumps him on his head there. And
that revengeance. The revengeance may be the thing to finish the match, although it seems like Ken Warlock wants to deal a little bit more damage before he tries to get the pinning combination to end this thing.
That's very well possible. Is now calling Crom to his feet. Looking to set him up here. And a huge F5 slam. But Warboy Haas is right there to break things up.
And Ken Warlock looks like he's taking advantage of the melee to keep his focus purely on Crom. He trusts his acolyte Alexander will knock Haas out of the equation.
A big bicycle knee strike to Crom drops him. And Warlock has been in control ever since entering this match. Goes into the cover. Is that enough? Still Haas is knocked out? No.
I have to do a little bit more damage than that to finish this one up.
And now Warlock looking to use the ropes to his advantage. Falcon Arrow connects.
Irish whip into the corner, perhaps looking to do a little tag team action with Alexander once again.
But no, instead, it's Crom able to get his way out of it.
Oh my goodness, and just bashing the face against the turnbuckle pad.
Repeatedly as well, and now Crom looking to get him and the War Boys back into this thing. Throws him into the corner. And here we see the tag being made. And a big knee to the gut. And a knee to the head. That might have just knocked out Warlock.
And then just kicking him halfway across the ring with that kick to the side. Oh my goodness.
And these two just going back and forth. Warlock getting caught with the super kick by Haas. And another super kick. Haas lighting him up. Big boy senton, but gets blocked with the knee.
The knee's just driven right into the back. In my opinion, one of the most deadliest ways you can deal some offense onto your opponent.
And now lifting up Ken Warlock. Haas, I think, maybe looking to put in the finishing touch here. Tags in Warboy Crom.
Oh no. Oh my god, the Doomsday device.
And that might just be it. Crom into the cover. Alexander, though, in to break it up.
Haas opted to not interfere with Alexander's interference. And now, Crom just leveling him with that rolling elbow.
And that could be it, that rolling forearm, but Alexander again able to break things up, showing himself to be a valuable ally.
Haas's speed has not enabled him to get across the ring in the time he needs. Oh, looking for the DDT, but Warlock just laying in these strikes to the gut. That's going to make you feel nauseous. It's going to really mess with your bearings.
And now, Warlock trying to get himself back into this one here. Stomp to the arm of Crom, and now just cranking on the neck of the Warboy. These two just going back and forth so far. With Crom now, I think, maybe looking to put him away again. Tagging in Warboy Haas, and now back up. Another Doomsday device to Warlock, immediately into the cover. No hesitation. 1, 2. No. And Warlock able to kick out. No help from Alexander needed.
Not enough to get it done. I mean, considering all the damage that has been done to Warlock so far, I gotta say, I'm pretty surprised that he was able to kick out.
And now just continuing to weaken the Sin of Pride.
Will it be enough? Will it be enough to get that victory, to stop the momentum of both Alexander and Ken Warlock in this match?
I don't know. As right now, Warlock, I think, looking for that tornado flatliner here. Connects again. And into the cover, hooking the leg to Ken Warlock, and Alexander with the big win.
The winners of the match, the Fatal Vices.
As the two men representing Nemesis pick up a big win here tonight, you've got to feel they are getting themselves ready for next, well, I was going to say next week, but and now we see Raymondo. I don't know what I was expecting when he came down here, but he seems to be in high spirits.
He is doing what he does best, and let me tell you, I have a an undergraduate degree in Raymondonian studies, and what he is doing is very normal for people of his nationality.
Well,
However strange it might seem to the rest of us.
I mean, yeah, obviously, different cultures and all that, but he appears to be looking for a remote, and he seems to have found one. We saw Warlock and Alexander, both the Warboys, leave through the crowd. And now it's, let's see what Raymondo has to say.
Johnny Jonticles, you too new for the win things. You good for Raymondo Kingdom Vices and Zacharias and the Sony Anton is a good boy. He do all good thing to win everything. He very good, yes. Raymondo loves Zacharias. Raymondo think you know realize you crappy chappy. He think you need to be end before begin, so the Kenvice love the Raymondonians, and everyone clap and cheer with the Raymondo. And Zacharias, yes, Raymondo here now, very good, yes. Out of here. Get out here. Zadison on beat you squishy pork fat juice can, yes?
You know, I could stand out here and say something about being fooled twice, but I'm not in a humorous mood. So let's cut to the chase today. Raymondo and Zach Anderson. I have to admit, I was wrong about you two. I thought you guys were here to fight. Fight dirty, sure. but still here to fight. But no. You guys aren't here to fight at all. You're here to feed your delusions. You guys think that you're better than anyone else ever could be. And clearly you will do anything to keep that delusion alive. I gotta say, that really pisses me off. Pisses me off more than being put through a table, in fact. You don't think I can fight fire with fire? Well, let me tell you, I've got enough fire in me to burn the land and boil the sea. And you, Anderson, are gonna find that out firsthand because I accept your challenge. But you know what? Let's turn up the pressure. Anderson, the winner of our match, choose the stipulation for a tag team match at Battle Lines.
We're not there to accept for match. Sakata's magic, it'll be queen.
And Gemini's made his way out from the backstage area. Big, looks like a blue thunderbomb there from Gemini. This is starting to break down.
Just nailed Zach Anderson there with that spin out powerbomb and following it up with that driver. Raimondo looking to even the odds a little bit, or perhaps stack the odds in his favor. Gemini looks ready to receive him, gets him in that front headlock, nails him with the knee right to the face.
Yeah, that big knee strike there. And now Gemini tosses Raimondo towards the stage area.
Bounced off that Raimondonian strange matter on the way there.
There's a lot of strange Raimondonian things. Raimondo being one of them. But Johnny Gemini now appearing to just drag him all the way to the backstage area itself.
Sending him through the curtain into the backstage production area indeed. And oh my goodness, John Spartacus with a spear. Just as Raimondo came through the curtain, John Spartacus cut him in half with that spear.
Spartacus was waiting for him, and he was ready. And another Centurion spear on the chairs.
Ridiculous. This is unfair.
And now Spartacus having done his damage. This is definitely going to be quite the interesting development, let's just say that. And speaking of interesting developments, here we have the three men. These are the first three members of that inter-brand ladder match at Battle Lines. Any one of these three men could become a champion in the very near future.
You know, these three are just... The fact that they are admitted to the Battle Lines ladder match and not one of the members of Starjammer LLC is ridiculous.
The following match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Matthew Ramirez. Representing the Fatal Vices, weighing 205 pounds, from the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the Sin of Envy, Jake Egon.
And here we see Jake Eagle, a man you have quite the history with, make his way into the ring. He'll be competing against Samuel Black here tonight. It's very much so going to be a lot of technical game versus the power game.
And his opponent, Samuel Black.
And here comes a man that has quite the history with the current Twitch champion, Drake Harrison, Samuel Black, those two having a hellacious feud at the start of the season. I'm sure they'd love to run it back one more time for the title. At least I'm sure Samuel Black would love to.
I mean, look, we know that Samuel Black is here to takes some names and breaks some backs, and that is exactly what he's looking to do to Jake Eagle. But Matthew Ramirez will, of course, be there at ringside, the slimy little bastard that he is, interfering on behalf of Mr. Eagle.
Now we see, it's going to be quite interesting to see, because this would be not the first time we've seen Samuel Black in a big multi-man match. Of course, he was at Merry Mayhem in that 8-man match for the world title. It'll be quite interesting to see how he fares at Battle Lines, as Jake Eagle immediately going into these things with that top wire Hurricane Rana there.
Now, Samuel Black looking for that punch, but blocked by Eagle. And now, oh my goodness, kick right to the gut there.
And now lifts up Jake Eagle, and a huge slam there. Samuel Black has been nothing but impressive ever since debuting on Nemesis.
And I'm just wrenching back on the chin. Oh my goodness, how brutal. What a super kick.
And this is... Oh, and now the ankle lock locked in on Jake Eagle. I thought this was going to be... I stated before that this was going to be a power versus submission game, so to speak, but I expected Jake Eagle to be the one pulling out the technicality, but instead we're seeing Samuel Black break it out.
It could very well be that Samuel Black is trying to send him a bit of a message here. He's trying to show Jake Eagle that he, can do it just as well as Jake Eagle can. He has that submission game at his disposal. He just chooses not to use it. He's trying to get into the head of Jake Eagle here, and from the way this match has gone so far, I'd say that it's working. Although Jake Eagle has begun to mount a bit of a comeback there, starting off with that vicious neck crank. I mean, look at the torque on that.
And of course, all three of these men qualifying as they won matches at the Super Show. I mean, Samuel Black made Stark Shields pass out with that mandible claw, and of course we know Matthew Ramirez and Jake Eagle beat you and Rodrigo Delgazio. I'm
sorry, I didn't quite hear that. You're going to have to run that back for me one more time, because I thought I heard you say something that you couldn't have possibly said.
That all three of these men earned their spot in the ladder match by beating people at the Super Show.
Okay, well, Samuel Black beat someone at the Super Show, but Jake Eagle certainly didn't, because that match was illegitimate. That match never should have happened, all right? I am still undefeated with Rodrigo Delgazio in tag team competition, and I don't want to ever hear you talk about that Super Show match again. That it wasn't even a match. It was a sham.
Well, whatever it is in your mind, you cannot deny Jake Eagle and Matthew Ramirez, two of the more talented competitors of the Nemesis roster. But right now, Samuel Black currently just out-muscling Jake Eagle.
I mean, just swinging him around and planting him on the ground like he deserves. He deserves to be tossed on the ground like a street rat.
Samuel Black gotta be thinking what he's got to do to put away Jake Eagle as he just starts raining down the punches.
Wrecking him there. Kick to the leg.
And now we see it locked in. The Secret Services looking to get a tap out here is Jake Eagle. And referee making sure that Samuel Black on all sides is not making any sort of movements towards the rope. And Samuel Black able to power out of it.
Now, tossing him into the corner once again and just nailing that forearm strike.
Now rolls him over. Is this enough to put away Samuel Black? No, only one count thus far.
Tossing him over the shoulder and just slamming him down. And now we know what he's looking for here. He's gone for it before, and it's gotten him huge results. That mandible claw, that Bane claw, just infiltrating the mouth and getting that tap-out victory. Absolutely putting Jake Eagle down.
Putting him to sleep almost. And now Samuel Black continues his run of dominance and continues his momentum going into Battle Lines. I think he might have to be the heavy favorite going into that match.
winner of the match, Samuel Black.
Samuel Black making a statement at the expense of Jake Eagle tonight. And you've got to feel that the era of Samuel Black could very soon be upon us if he wins at the battle. Hold on a second. Chris Edwards going after Dr. Wrestling Jr.
Another brawl in the backstage area. It is getting a true workout this episode. And I can see already that Chris Edwards has dire intentions for the former champion.
And now, crossing him out onto the stage area is Chris Edwards. What in the hell does he have in mind here?
I can tell you what, it's nothing good.
Now tosses him into the LED screen. And, hold on, what is Chris Edwards doing? Oh, Jesus! Christopher!
Just destroying him there. Oh my God.
The pyro being set off on top of Dr. Wrestling Jr. We need EMTs, medical personnel down here stacked.
Just taunting the CWLUniverse after delivering that horrendous beatdown, following up with the pyro detonating in the face of Dr. Wrestling Jr. Disgusting.
Now we're seeing doctors beginning to rush out to get some medical attention to Dr. Wrestling Jr., but holy hell, what just happened? Well, as the show continues, we go on to Damian Morgan versus FJA, two men who've been on a bit of losing streaks as of late. And I've got to be honest, both men could desperately use a win here.
Look, FJA, I'll always have respect for him as a competitor, and Damian Morgan, one of the hottest rising stars who has yet to get that one signature victory that he needs to really make his name known here on Nemesis. This could be the night for both of them to advance their stars just a little bit further.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 325 pounds, from Belfast, Ireland, Damian Morgan.
Damian Morgan making his way into the ring now. And we know he's been having quote-unquote primal issues as of late. I don't know what primal issues are, but it doesn't sound good.
Absolutely not. I think you should go right to a proctologist if you're suffering from primal issues. But I don't know if that's exactly the kind of difficulty that Damian Morgan is experiencing.
And I mean, whatever it is, it seems to be what's causing him to not be picking up as many wins as he would like. And, you know, I've been hearing for the rumor mill through the speculation that...
on the streets, if you will?
Yeah, that he's trying to become a Fatal Vice.
That is a very interesting hypothesis, and I think he would get along well with that very particular group.
Yeah, well, good. I mean, we talked about how Alexander seems like a interesting choice, given some of the members. I feel like Damian Morgan would definitely fit in right along the ranks of Ken Warlock in that group.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, he definitely has that eerie, frightening persona that is needed to be a part of such a devastating group like the Fatal Vices.
And his opponents, throwing in at 200 pounds, from Buenos Aires, Argentina, FJA.
FJ making his way down to the ring. Someone similar to Damian Morgan, who has been trying to get sort of back into the swing of things as of late. Hasn't been able to pick up a signature win in a while. Could be looking to do that here tonight over Damian Morgan.
Definitely has a great opportunity to do that at his expense. But you got to think, will the speed of FJ be able to triumph over the strength of Damian Morgan?
I mean, it very well could here tonight. It's, you know, we've talked about speed versus power, technicality versus power. We saw power beat technical ability earlier tonight, but could we see the speed of FJA be too much for Damian Morgan to handle?
You know, I've heard a rumor that these two have taken a bit of a disliking to each other due to the kind of similarities of their facial hair. Both of them feel like they kind of have a unique style going on, and they don't want the other to kind of be infringing on their territory.
Well, regardless, we're seeing Damian Morgan just toss around FJA like a rag doll with those tosses.
Are you dismissing my theory?
I'm not dismissing it. I'm just ignoring it. As
Well,
now,
I understand
Damian
that, I
Morgan
guess.
with the headbutt to the back of the head and continuing to just toss around FJA.
Absolutely. And just leveling him there, but FJ able to recover and now hopping out to the outside to perhaps finish off a little bit. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, flatliner right on the padded concrete.
Damian Morgan, though, continuing to just outmuscle FJA.
Nailing that shot right to the side of the jaw. Tossing him inside the ring.
And we saw the referee ask him to get back in the ring. We know there is the 20 count here in CWL, but, you know, these men bringing it back in sooner rather than later.
Look at that. Slamming the hand down on the side of the mat.
Now, these got a headlock locked in, does FJA. Just wrenching at the throat of Damian Morgan, making him gasp for air. That's good. Like, cutting out the oxygen, it means he has less power in the tank for him to toss you around like he has been. Very smart ring work by FJA.
Now, gets that kick to the back.
And Morgan sends FJA into the corner with that lariat. And now, just throwing him out with that alley-oop.
He's picking his spot. He's getting ready to deliver that finishing blow that he needs to put away FJA.
And now into the cover. Only a 1 count thus far.
You gotta think that, you know, when FJA looks at Damian Morgan, it almost looks like he's looking at like a twisted version of himself. A path that he could have gone down if he had, you know, trained a slightly different way, opted a slightly different, for a different route in sort of his way that he goes about treating the world. That must make wanting to get this victory even more significant.
Now, are you saying that because they have similar personalities or because they have similar facial hair?
Why do you need to put me in the spot like that, all right? It could be either one of those things. Maybe it's the facial hair. It's definitely the facial hair, okay? But that's not relevant.
Just because you can't grow your own facial hair doesn't mean you need to fixate on others. But back to the match, Damian Morgan with another inverted suplex, but FJA bringing the fight to him.
Yeah, they're good at fighting.
And a choke slam plants him. And FJA is in a bad way right now. Hook of the leg, but not enough.
Just wrecked him with that chokeslam. What a significant step towards a victory for Damian Morgan in this match. But FJA, the odds slayer, he will not be defeated. Oh, and managed to nail him right there. Oh, got him hooked up on the second rope. Turns it around. Booyaka, booyaka. Nails that tiger feint kick right to the face.
And now, not electing to go to the top rope for the painkiller, and that might have just cost him, as now Damian Morgan is calling him to his feet. And there we see it, the Mother's Curse, sending him face first onto the canvas, and that has got to be it. Damian Morgan with an impressive victory over FJA here tonight.
These two were throwing bombs all night long. but in the end, it was Damian Morgan who was able to snap out of that streak and get the victory.
The winner of the match, Damian Morgan.
Damian Morgan with a big win, a needed win here tonight over FJA. And you've got to feel he is riding high here tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, he is just contemplating the effects of that victory, and he is very satisfied with his own performance.
Absolutely. And you know, he said he's been trying to join the Fatal Vices. That definitely has to put them on.
The Vices have heard your pleas. The Vices have heard that you are interested in joining us. Well, let me just say one thing here to you. That was impressive, what you just did out there. Very, very impressive. That's the kind of stuff that Ken Warlock likes to see from acolytes. We're going to make you a deal. You're not quite a Vice yet, nor are you an acolyte yet either. But we're going to give you a golden opportunity. At Battle Lines, you are going to be joining us on Team Nemesis. Now that will be your true test.
Well, I was going to say it's got to put the Fatal Vices on notice. It's definitely put the Nemesis Battle Lines team on notice. As
Absolutely.
Alexander making his presence known.
Look, he made his presence known, and now he's gonna, keep it going in a big way. But speaking of keeping this going in a big way, she looks to continue her momentum ever since joining, Alex Mercer's brand. Looks to go one-on-one against yet another member of the Fatal Vices. We've already seen them in plenty of action here tonight, Noel Park.
This will certainly be an interesting match. I mean, Sheila put out the challenge, and I guess Noel Park chose to accept it.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, weighing 254 pounds, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Sheila.
Sheila making her way down to the ring, the She-Monster. Making her way down, and I've got to say, maybe the most intimidating woman in all of Nemesis.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, is it just me, or whenever Sheila comes to the ring, do you find yourself trying to count all her abs? I mean, she's got at least 10, right?
And yeah, she's definitely got muscles on muscles, to say the least.
Look,
And,
she is
I don't know
yoked beyond
why
belief.
would you accept this? I've got to ask, why would you accept this challenge if you're Noel Park? I get the full competition, but I feel like Sheila is one of the few people you don't want to fight on Nemesis.
Well, Noel Park is so lazy, she might not even check who was issuing the challenge in the first place.
And the opponent, representing Fatal Vices, weighing 131 pounds, from Los Angeles, California, the city of Sloth, Noel Park.
Noel Park making way down to the ring. The Sin of Sloth. It's been a very Fatal Vices night tonight. It'll be very interesting to see, how she does in comparison to her Fatal Vices Brethren.
Every week is Fatal Vices Week here on Nemesis, and the fans love it as always. I mean, look, Noelle Park, she certainly has an interesting strategy when it comes to approaching a wrestling match. She takes her time and then engages in high-impact flurries of offense, but definitely takes her time in between those flurries of offense. Sometimes it works, most often it doesn't. I definitely think that she has the odds stacked against her, going up one-on-one against Sheila.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, I feel like the odds in Vegas are fully behind Sheila right now, and I don't blame them.
Now I'm just waiting to see what the opening move of this match is. Who gets that initial bit of offense? Surprisingly, it's Noelle Park as she manages to nail that,
Dabbing on the haters, Jay, with that head scissors takedown, and I get the feeling that if Sheila wasn't absolutely wanting to rip the head off of the shoulders of Noelle Park and wear it like a hat, I think she is going to now.
I mean, absolutely. Noelle Park, very slothful once again, did not exactly get the memo that dabbing went out about 2.5 years ago.
Well, I mean, you know, they say you can't knock a strategy if it's effective, and, well, I was going to say it's effective, and then Sheila knocked Noelle Park right to the ground with that lariat.
Absolutely. And you got to be thinking that one of the most effective strategies that Noelle Park can engage in here is doing moves like that right there, that kick to the face. When you're talking about a giant like Sheila, she can only use that strength on what she can see. So if Noelle Park continues to focus on the face, especially targeting areas such as the orbital bone, she'll obscure the vision of Sheila enough that it'll be harder for her to focus that offense where she needs it to go. And that'll definitely give Noelle Park maybe not an advantage, but perhaps evening the odds just a little bit in the seemingly impossible to win matchup.
Yeah, you remember what I said about Sheila trying to rip Noelle Park's head off? I think we just saw that firsthand. But Park, to her credit, using her agility to slide her way out of it. And now
Absolutely.
ducks under. Pops up into the kick! Noelle Park giving Sheila a bit of a run for her money into the cover. Gets a 1 count, that's maybe more than I thought she'd get.
That is classic sin of sloth, getting that kind of significant offense by literally just laying down.
Yeah, you're not wrong, which is the funny part. And now Sheila, I think, looking to make... Oh wait, no, never mind. Noelle Park getting the arm drag.
Got her on the ropes, kick to the leg, very smart, chopping the tree down from the base. Looked for the dropkick. Sheila was able to swat it out of the way like an annoying fly.
And now sends it to the outside. Big forearm strike there. As now Sheila goes for the bear hug, but Noelle Park, being smart, able to fight her way out of it. Now looking... An assisted raccoon swing almost with that tornado DDT.
I completely agree. And I gotta say, whoa! Speaking of
And a
raccoon
second
swing,
one.
she just planted it right there.
And now, this is not looking good, as now locking in that Dragon Sleeper, looking to make the giant tap out there. The N-O-L might just be enough to do it.
Will it be enough? But no, Sheila able to roll out, oh my goodness, and kick to the back. Those huge tree trunks of legs from Sheila just smashing into the back of Noelle Park and flipping her around with that power slam.
And I think now Sheila is looking to put the exclamation point on this matchup as she has her up on the shoulders. And a huge spinning side slam. And that is going to be it. Hook of the leg. And Sheila picks up the win, albeit Noelle Park maybe gave her more of a run for her money than many were expecting.
Absolutely. I mean, classic slothful offense there from Noelle Park. She definitely held her own, hit those two consecutive raccoon swings to get a little bit of an edge, but in the end, it was not enough to overcome Sheila, the she-beast.
The winner of the match, Sheila.
And the She Monster picks up a win. What is next for Sheila? I mean, who knows? Perhaps we could see her get a spot on that battle line soon. And if she did, you've got to feel Vindication is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she would just tear through the ranks of Vindication. And speaking of someone who could just tear through the ranks, Rodrigo Nogaiso is looking to go 2-0 against Alex Clark and is going to put his lights out with one of those signature knee strikes in the main event of Nemesis. That is 3 consecutive Starjammer LLC main events, my friend.
Yes, and you've got to wonder, coming off that loss last week to Jake Eagle and Matthew Ramirez, could Rodrigo Delgado be at the disadvantage here tonight?
The main event of Nemesis is set for one fall. Introducing first, representing Starjammer LLC, weighing 215 pounds, from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Rodrigo Delgado.
Many have been calling him the rising star of Nemesis, and I can't disagree. He has been out of control ever since, debuting. And speaking of out of control, let me just say, the fit is immaculate here tonight. The gold chain to match with the shirt. I've got to say, the Starjammer LLC lifestyle definitely loves to ride high.
Exactly. We provide our all of our partners with exactly the drip they need to be successful in professional wrestling.
And his opponent, weighing 214 pounds, from London, England, Alex Clark.
Alex Clark making his way down to the ring, and he's someone who has quite the interesting, he's been having quite the interesting time on Nemesis, to say the least. He's been sort of having, unlike Rodrigo, where he's been doing very well for himself, he's been doing well, but it's been very 50-50 in terms of he'll win some, but then he'll falter a bit.
Well, the thing about Alex Clark is that he has such an impressive other half. Cassidy Clark has already become a CWL legend in record time, and Alex Clark has not quite risen to those heights. So you have to understand that it's difficult for him to get that momentum when he's constantly looking at someone so much more successful than himself, literally sharing his home with him.
And, I'm just trying to think back. The last time we saw him was at 4.25 losing to Ryan Quinn. It's been a while since we've seen him in action here on Nemesis. But, it could be one of those things where he took a bit of time, he did some training, and now he's coming back a completely different animal, but the same beast.
I do agree with you. He's a great competitor, has a lot going for him, but he's just simply not at the level of Rodrigo Nogaiso. And that's not a knock against him, because the thing is, nobody is on the level of Rodrigo Nogaiso, because he's the best in the world. He's the greatest wrestler going right now. He's everything on Nemesis, and he is going to rock the world once again in this match against Alex Clark.
And speaking of rocked, that German suplex, Alex Clark's head clipping that bottom turnbuckle, it is not looking good out of the starting gate for Clark.
As it shouldn't. And now, twisting around.
And there we see that triangle armbar there, trying to choke out Alex Clark, able to fight his way out of it though.
Just barely avoiding a submission loss in the opening moments of this match. But Rodrigo once again going right for the arms.
Yeah, and we know, like you mentioned Cassidy Clark, we know Alex Clark probably has quite a bit of training in the field of MMA, but you've got to feel Rodrigo definitely is going to have that advantage over Clark.
Absolutely. And rolls him straight through with that pinfall combination after rubbing, just wrenching on the shoulders. And now, Alex Clark trying to get in the wheelhouse of Rodrigo with that knee strike.
Oh, and went for the super kick, did Rodrigo, and Alex Clark just sort of firing on all cylinders at this point, trying to get something going, but not able to. That Olympic slam dropping Clark now.
Now an arm drag from Clark right onto the Ogaiso.
And now Rodrigo tossed to the outside by Clark. Now this is where things should start to break down here on the outside of the ring.
Absolutely, and just these two trading shot after shot, dodging out of the way. They're both so competent in their technicality. And now, caught with a shot to the gut. Rodrigo dodges out of the way.
Went for the splash, not able to get it, and now got him hooked up here. What has he got in mind? Huge snake eyes on that top rope.
Just the cable of that rope cutting across the trachea.
And now a hammerlock back suplex there, dropping him on the arm. And it is not looking good for Alex Clark as the arm is being softened up, not just for the baptism, but for that Del Gaiso special.
If he gets either of those moves locked in, you gotta think that it'll be impossible for Alex Clark to survive any longer in the match.
Is now looking, I think, to put him away here. I think he's looking to say adios to Alex Clark. Hook of the leg.
This one's over.
Count to 100. Alex Clark is knocked out. No, he's still got some life left in him.
Just barely on pure instinct manages to get that shoulder up.
And now arm drag to Rodrigo. Goes Clark. And now Clark, I think, just trying to get some distance. No, he's going high risk.
He's looking to close that distance that he just created, but lands flat on the knees.
And that is not good, but he is still fighting with everything he's got. But it is not looking good as now the knees continuing to be a target. What is he doing here? This almost inverted sharpshooter, and now grabbing the arms and just... I don't even know what to call this move, Jay, but it is painful.
Just got him hooked up, got the sharpshooter locked in, and then wrenching on the arms as well. But it looks like Clark fighting out of it somehow. Come on, Rodrigo, get back in the ring.
And now, Clark catching him with the strikes here. Able to knock down Rodrigo. And now, sends him into the ring.
They could, of course, take their time out there because we do have the CWL 20 count.
And now, double foot stomp right into the chest, knocking all the wind out of Rodrigo. And this is the opening Alex Clark was looking for. Turns him around, and I think he's looking to send Rodrigo to his final destination.
Folding him like an accordion with that German suplex, but it won't be enough to put down Rodrigo Del Gaiso.
A hook up the leg, and Rodrigo gets the shoulder up. Now, I think looking to put that finishing touch on the Alex Clark. Kick to the stomach, looking to set him up for Lucifer's Creed. If he could just get his arm hooked around, it might be over. And Lucifer's Creed connects. Rolls him over into the cover. Hook of the leg. 1, 2, and Alex Clark beats Rodrigo.
Oh, no, this is ridiculous. This is crap. This is just another example of all of CWL, the CWL management specifically, conspiring against myself and the rest of Starjammer LLC. Let me tell you something. I'm going to take this microphone right here, and I'm going to say something to every person in that goddamn arena, and you are going to sit there, and you are going to listen.
event, Alex Clark.
Well, as my broadcast colleague has left the announce table here, this is a big win for Alex Clark, finally getting himself back into some winning ways.
When I first came to CWL, I saw opportunity, and I wasn't alone. There were a few other exceptional individuals who had the foresight, who had the drive to succeed, and most importantly, profit at all costs. It didn't happen overnight, but as we've built this corporation, we've drawn eyes. People have been forced to pay attention to what we're doing and to what we're building. People started saying something all the way back at Merry Mayhem when Mr. Del Gaiso broke Ryan Quinn and Mr. Young retained his Vindication Heavyweight Championship. They started saying that Starjammer LLC was on the map, that we're making waves. But those people are wrong. Starjammer LLC isn't just on the map. We drew the map. We laminated the map. We printed thousands of copies of the map. We sold those copies for a huge profit. And then we vandalized the International Society of Cartographers and called them a bunch of nerdy virgins. That's a lot more than just making waves. That's a whole goddamn tsunami, brother. But there are some people in this company that can't stand to see others succeed on their own merits, so they try and tear them down. They try to silence them. As much as it saddens me to say, Starjammer LLC has many detractors. However, one stands out from above the rest, the chairman himself. He banned me from ringside at Merry Mayhem. He voided the contract that Mr. Ramirez signed and allowed the Dreamboats to reform. He has derided myself and my business partners time and time again at the commentary desk. What's next? Well, actually, I don't want to give him any ideas, so we'll just cut to the chase. The chairman simply cannot accept that not only are we here to stay, we are staying at the top. So I'm going to force him to accept it by issuing a challenge. A challenge for battle lines. Mr. Chairman, I know you're listening. Pick a team, any team, it doesn't matter. Mr. Rodrigo Del Gaiso and I will take them on at one of the biggest shows of the year and we'll win. When we emerge victorious, everyone will see. This is our CWL. You're just living in it.